David Lovejoy with KGNC News Radio. I am honored to be joined by Constable Idella Jackson, a staple in Precinct 4, a community leader, civil activist, just does a bang-up job representing law enforcement in Potter County Precinct 4. Election's coming up here soon, and you have an opponent this year. And so 7 years as the constable of Potter County. Tell the people out there a little bit about what a constable does in that precinct.
Yes, sir. Constables are elected officials, and we go on a 4-year term, and we're elected on the president ticket. And our job consists of we execute warrants. Also, we do most of the civil. We're both civil and criminal law, and that's where people get kind of confused with it. They're like, are they actually law enforcement? Yes, we are actually law enforcement. We are peace officers for the state of Texas. But we are the chief executive of our office.
Right.
Everything that comes through our office, we're ultimately responsible for. And the only people we answer to are the people who elect us. And so what we bailiff the court. We also, any civil process that comes through the court, we are responsible for getting those executed by court order and everything.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much the breakdown. And a lot of people are confused because they feel that constables work for the sheriff.
Right.
You
get that misconception.
Yes. And we don't work in answer to the sheriff, and the sheriff don't work in answer to us. We are individual agents. And like I said, with full range of authority of our office. So.
Now, Precinct 4 is a unique precinct.
It really is.
It crosses every demographic of age
Yes.
and income and social economic levels. You've spent 7 years in Precinct 4. What are some of the things that you've done from your constable position to enrich that community, to strengthen it?
What I've done, just my presence in that community, seeing that, pretty much we represent the African American community. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of African Americans in law enforcement. And so I ensure that I make my presence in the community so they can understand that, if they can see it, they can be it as well. So just my attendance at different functions, I'm involved with mentor programs, and I mean, my prime, what I want to do is to ensure that the youth is making sure that they're successful and trying to get them to want to be in law enforcement, and especially the young ladies. So I just feel really that my presence in the community and making sure that I am attending as much events as I can and mentoring as many youth as I can is a big deal.
And that's a big deal as a child, to see someone who looks like you in that position. It gives, especially young, especially women, that I can do this too. You did several things in our community, from not just going to schools and mentoring us. About 5 years ago, you sponsored a march about gun violence, and we've seen an uptick in that in our community lately. What would you suggest as a community that we can do to help?
When you see something, you have to say it. One thing about our community, we got that stigma where, I'm not a snitch, and I'm not going to say anything, but we have to ensure the safety of our kids first, and just our community as a whole. So when you see different activities, it's not appealing and it's criminal. We really have to address that. We just can't accept the fact that, since I'm not a snitch, I'm not going to say anything. And prior to me getting in this position, definitely was very, very, very active in the community. And I conducted, the different marches, and my last one was about to stop the violence.
Yeah.
And I just prayed that the people in the community would understand the importance of when I see something, definitely address it, because we're seeing crime just like never before.
Right.
Never before, and so we just got to the community got to take hold of it. It's going to have to start with the community.
That's the responsibility. You're 100% correct.
Exactly.
A lot of different things you work in the community with, youth, the seniors. You put a great face on for the Precinct 4 in Potter County and represented well. If you're reelected, what are some of the things you'd like to see or work on in the future?
Once I get reelected, I will continue my
Pardon me.
Oh, you okay? You okay? Once I continue to bridge that gap between law enforcement and the community. You know, by being present, the community will see that hey, there are some good officers out there, and you know, and I just make myself available, and I will continue, you know, mentoring the youth. Even if I don't get elected, that's still my plans as well. But I have built this office from scratch. I mean,
Right.
literally, this office was, you know, was vacant for 2 years
Yes.
prior to coming in. So building it from scratch up into where it is now, and I look forward to continue that, and I'll continue my presence in the community, making myself available. Like I said, bridging that gap between law enforcement and the community.
Making that connection.
Yes.
Constable Idella Jackson, Precinct 4, running for office as a Democrat in the upcoming election. Excuse me. A long history and career in law enforcement, and has transformed this job, this office, in 7 years. Take a look at her and vote wisely. We need quality people in quality positions, and Idella Jackson is no finer of a person. Remember her come election time. Thank you so much for all your hard work, Constable.
Appreciate it, sir. Thanks for having me.